Last winter, nearly 10,000 people applied to take part in television's toughest quiz. Just 4 remain to compete in tonight's Krypton Factor Grand Final. Katie Thompson won the Group A final with 3 first and 2 second places in the 6 rounds. James Doyle gained maximum points in mental agility, response and intelligence to win the Group B final. Bhupendra Patel took first place in 3 rounds and led from start to finish in the Group C final. And Duncan Heriot won 3 rounds and an off-screen decider to secure his place as best runner-up.
Good evening. Yes, after 12 weeks of intense competition, we have reached the climax of the 1990 series, the Krypton Factor Grand Final. And here are the 4 outstanding contestants ready to do battle one last time for the title United Kingdom Superperson 1990. At the end of tonight's Grand Final, one of them will step forward to receive this magnificent trophy from our special celebrity guest. So, a night of drama and excitement ahead, I'm sure. And now let's wish all 4 contestants the very best of luck and get the 1990 Grand Final underway with Round 1. And the theme of tonight's mental agility is opposites. I will give each contestant a series of words relating to points of a compass, the time on a clock face indicated by the hour hand only, numbers on the sides of a dice, and the 4 seasons. Their task is to give me back the exact opposites of each word. So, for example, if I said north, 4 o'clock, 3, summer, the correct reply would be south, the opposite to north, 10 o'clock, diametrically opposite to the hour hand pointing at 4 o'clock, 4 being on the opposite side of a dice to 3, and winter being opposite to summer. That's how it works, and as always, this is a speed test, and the grand finalists must give me as many correct sets as they can in 40 seconds. We will begin with you, Katie, and your 40 seconds start now. South, 5.
North, 2.
9 o'clock west.
3 o'clock east.
1 winter south.
6 summer north.
East, 6 autumn.
West, 1 spring.
2:15 north northwest, 4 summer.
8:15 south southeast, 3 winter.
7:45 1 winter.
1:45 6 summer.
3 southwest, 5:15.
4 northeast, 11:15.
Spring 1 9:45.
Autumn 6 3:45.
11:15 northwest, 4.
5:15 southeast, 3.
Well, you were right, but I can't give you the last one, unfortunately. But you have got 8 in 40 seconds, which is a brilliant start, Katie. Well done. And straight away we move on to James. Stand by, James. Your 40 seconds start now. 5 o'clock winter.
11 o'clock summer.
Autumn 4.
Spring 3.
2:30 spring west.
8:30 autumn east.
North 10:30 summer.
South 4:30 autumn winter.
Winter 7:30 2 south southeast.
Pass.
Northeast 8:45 summer.
Southwest 2:45 winter.
2 spring 4:15.
5 autumn 10:15.
1:45 5 winter.
7:45 2 spring.
Wrong. Southeast autumn 2:15.
North.
Right, not to worry. It would have been northwest spring 8:15, but in 40 seconds you've scored 6. Well done, James. And on we go to Bhupendra. Stand by. Your 40 seconds start now. North summer.
South winter.
11 o'clock east.
5 o'clock west.
Winter south 9:30.
Summer north 3:30.
4 11:30 spring.
3 5:30 autumn.
Summer east southeast 1 12:45.
Next.
Summer 6 7:15.
Winter 1 12.
Wrong. 11:45 southwest 3.
5:45 northeast 4.
2 6:45 northwest.
5 12:45 southeast.
Spring 10:15 1.
Autumn 4:15 6.
Can't, alas, give you the last one, even though you were right, but in 40 seconds you got 6, which is a good start. Well done. And finally, the turn of Duncan. Stand by. Your 40 seconds start now. 6 10 o'clock.
1, 4.
Winter, 3.
Spring, 4.
Wrong. Summer, 2, 7:30.
Winter, 5, 1:30.
4:30, autumn, 1.
10:30, spring, 6.
6, west-northwest, 5:45, winter.
1, east-southeast, 7, no.
Next one, northeast, winter, 12:45.
Southwest,
Well, it would have gone on to be summer, 6:45, but in 40 seconds you have scored 3, Duncan. Well done. Well, that is such a tough start under so much pressure. And with the scoring system of 10 points, 6, 4 and 2 for first, second, third and fourth places, let's see how that round worked out. And there it is in fourth place, Duncan, joint second, James and Bhupendra, but the early leader with a Krypton Factor of 10, the student from Darwin, Lancashire, Katie Thompson. A Royal Navy Sea King rescue helicopter lands at the Naval Air Station Culdrose in Cornwall. The 2 pilots have arrived for a special assignment. Steve Charles and John Harvey meet our grand finalists and brief them on the toughest flying test any of our contestants have ever undertaken. The challenge will take place in the world's most advanced helicopter simulator based at Culdrose. Katie Thompson will make the first attempt. The Sea King is sitting on the platform of an oil rig. She now lifts off from that platform in what is a highly coordinated and skillful piece of flying. Her task in this specially created scenario is to transfer a badly injured worker from the oil rig to the operating theatre aboard HMS Illustrious a couple of miles away. And that liftoff brilliantly executed, and we pick her up now just half a mile from Illustrious. She's coming in slightly to the left and needs to make a small correction. And that's nicely done. A good height as she approaches the deck, a few more feet, then needs to drop it down gently, just like that, and that's an excellent performance. Well done, Katie. Now it's James Doyle, just beginning that delicate lift-off manoeuvre. In his left hand is the collective lever, and to gain height he pulls that control up very gently and very smoothly. And out of the window, the top of the oil rig just disappearing. And very nicely done. And although James had to fly the 2 miles to the ship, we join him again as he closes in on the deck. His line is good and the height just about right. Now he must hold his nerve as he comes in over that runway with a ski ramp at the end for jet fighter takeoff. And he sets it down beautifully. And that's a tremendous effort by James, first class. Next, Bhupendra Patel, and as he raises that collective lever for liftoff with his left hand, so he must ease the cyclic stick in his right hand gently back so that the helicopter backs away from the oil rig. Then it's forward with the cyclic stick for full speed ahead, and we pick it up now with under half a mile to go, and it's looking pretty good for Bhupendra, perhaps just a touch high, but the deck runway is directly ahead, and he's descending nicely, coming in right over the centre of that runway, and this is an excellent performance, a good touchdown right in the centre, well done. Finally, Duncan Heriot, lifting and backing away very slowly, and Lieutenant Charles will be giving marks for the smoothness and accuracy of the takeoff, for the 2 mile flight to the ship, which we aren't seeing, and for the final approach and touchdown on the deck. And Duncan has completed the 2 mile section and is nicely lined up with the ship. Coming in, just beginning to drift a little bit to the right, and he needs to land between the lines of the runway, otherwise he's in danger of hitting the superstructure. Has he made it? No! The blades hit the ship, and that's a crash. Bad luck. Now the result, the Royal Navy's Lieutenant Steve Charles judged it like this. Fourth, Duncan Heriot, a good takeoff and reasonably accurate approach, but the rotors hit the ship on landing, 2 points. Third, Katie Thompson, again a smooth lift-off but a slightly erratic descent before making a good landing, 4 points. Second, James Doyle, a smooth takeoff, strayed slightly in his line of approach but an excellent landing, 6 points. And the winner, Bhupendra Patel, his takeoff was perfect and a superb approach to land in the centre of the runway, 10 points. Now to the scoreboard, and we've got a new leader, 2 points clear with a Krypton Factor of 16. It's the Pensions Administrator from Leicester, Bhupendra Patel. great battle developing as we move into round 3, our tough test of observation. Detective Sam Smith is about to open her casebook one last time in this series, and the challenge is to spot the 5 continuity errors that take place in our short film. And watch out, too, for 3 well-known faces. Right, turn to your screens, please, finalists, and concentrate hard as Sam Smith tries to solve a 3-pipe problem.
Come here! Hey!
It had been a normal day for Sam Smith, detective. 2 repos I turned down on principle, and 7 hours waiting for the phone to ring.
Help! 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 He stole my clothes. He jumped me and he stole my clothes.
Who did? Batman?
No, I'm Batman. I was on my way to this party, you see. It's Sherlock's 40th, and this man jumps me from behind. At first, I thought it was my friend Rob, but then I noticed this Joker's costume underneath. And then...
Never mind. Jump on the back of my Batmobile.
Oh, right.
Sam Spade! Terrific. But what have you come as, darling?
I've come as the mysterious woman seeking the false Batman.
It's a bit of a 3-pipe problem, dear. You see, we have 3 Batmans here tonight, 1 for each decade of my life.
Ah, yes, but we'll know him by the Joker costume underneath.
Of course we will.
So all we have to do is...
Change the music.
Hey, look, I'm sorry it was me. I mean, I was okay when he came in as Batman, and I was a good little Robin. But nobody wants good little Robins anymore. They want evil Jokers. And I don't want to be evil. I want to be good. I want to save the world. Hey, look, I'm sorry I frightened you. I mean, I just want to be Batman. I want to be good.
Never mind. Case solved.
She stole my clothes. She jumped me and she stole my clothes.
That's a bit of a 3-pipe problem, dear.
Sam Smith succeeds again, but will our contestants turn to the front, please, and start writing down what you think the 5 continuity errors were. And while they get on with that, I'd like to say a big thank you to our guest stars in that film, Derek Griffiths, Matthew Kelly and Keith Chegwin. And a very special thank you, too, to Gwyneth Strong for her splendid portrayal of Detective Sam Smith throughout this series. Now let's find out what precisely the 5 continuity errors were. Here they come. First, a costume change with the sudden appearance of a scarf around Batman's neck. And there was a change to Sam's bicycle. It had a basket on the front, which vanished at the end of the scene. Third, a dialogue error. Batman said,
It's Sherlock's 40th.
but at the party, Sherlock was only 30.
We have 3 Batmans here tonight, 1 for each decade of my life.
Error number 4 involved Sherlock's pipe. A straight-stemmed Canadian changed to a curved-stemmed calabash. Finally, a change to the Happy Birthday poster, which was upside down at the end of the film. Well, that was really hard, and the points here are going to be so important. Here's how it worked out. Katie, you spotted just 2 of the changes and finished 4th, 2 points. James, you got 3 right. And Bhupendra, you also got 3. And Duncan, 3 for you as well. So that means a 3-way tie for first place and 10 points each. So immediately let's transfer those points into the scoreboard. And it means that James has moved up into 2nd place, but still the leader with a Krypton Factor now of 26. Leicester's Bhupendra Patel. Round 4, the assault course race, and some hard thinking and careful planning going on in the minds of our finalists, all of them drawing on the experience of having had 2 previous races in heats and group finals. And Lieutenant Colonel Terry Macari sets Katie Thompson on her way. She won this race in her heat and was 2nd in the group final to one of the fastest contestants ever. She's superbly fit, being a fell runner with Clayton Lemore's Harriers. But she knows she's got really stiff opposition in this race, but believes she can win it. And she has set off well. She knows exactly how to pace this, having run it twice before. And now, here go the three men. Nearest to us, James Doyle. In the middle, in yellow, Bhupendra Patel. On the far side, Duncan Heriot. Duncan unbeaten on the assault course. He won his heat, he won his group final. And James Doyle beside him, second in both his races, but with a time almost identical to Duncan's. And he just goes ahead of Duncan at the moment with Bhupendra, who's also had a victory in his heat on this assault course. But look at the style, they're gliding through that tunnel, and their techniques really improve every time they run on this course. That's tremendous stuff. And Katie still hanging on to that lead. They haven't cut back too much on her at the moment as she goes up to the tramwires. And Duncan on the right and James Doyle in this battle for second place, with Katie just throwing herself down that S-bend. It'll be slightly easier for her. She has the advantage on this one because she's just 5 foot high, less of her to go through it, and she does it very neatly. Back on the tramwires, James Doyle in second place, Duncan Heriot third, Bhupendra fourth. And Katie holding on to a reasonable lead at the moment, but this is a vital part of the course, 3/4 of the way down as she comes to that scramble net, 30 foot high. But she's undaunted, she's powering up that, gritting her teeth, and James let himself fall through that S-bend. He has a 14-stone frame, so it's difficult for him. He's done it well, though, as has Duncan on the far side. On the chain bridge and driving on, and just ever so slightly cutting down Katie's advantage, and she's a bit slow over the top of that scramble net, and she really would have liked to have been better there because you can see the men on the far side getting ever closer, and Duncan's just edged ahead now of James Doyle. Great battle going on between those two, and the question now is, can they catch Katie before the end? She's on those stepping stones, almost went there, had to touch one of them just to steady herself. And of course her feet must touch every single stepping stone, and she's cautious going down that pivot bridge, but very nicely over the hurdles. Doing well, Katie, as she comes towards the last part of the course. But James Doyle and Duncan Heriot fighting it out now. Again, they'll be cautious coming down that pivot bridge so they're not pitched over those hurdles. And they're closing all the time as Katie comes down now for the splashdown. She knows the others are just behind her, about to come down the aerial slide, and she lands a bit soon in the water there. And Duncan Heriot's already well on his way here. A good landing will stand him in good stead, and in fact he's almost cleared the water. So what a finish it's going to be. They come into the last obstacle, the maze. It's all uphill in there. They also have to climb over barriers, and Duncan Heriot, you can just see on the far side, has come level. Duncan Heriot level with Katie Thompson. Duncan takes the lead and shouts with delight as he crosses the line to get 10 points. Brilliantly judged race. Katie Thompson looks very disappointed as she crosses the line, but she shouldn't be too upset. It's been a marvellous run by her. She gets 6 points, and James Doyle fought all the way to the finish there to finish third, 4 points. And Bhupendra will be back in fourth place. Again, he was there right to the very end when he faded, but it's an absolutely marvellous race between all four. Tremendous stuff, just what we wanted for the final. Now to the scoreboard, and that race result has really tightened things up, but still the leader, though by only 2 points, with a Krypton Factor of 28. Leicester's Bhupendra Patel. So very close, just 6 points between first and fourth, with 2 rounds to go. And what a cracker this one promises to be, because looking back to the 3 group finals, Katie, James and Bhupendra all won their respective intelligence tests, and Duncan finished just seconds behind James. So they really couldn't be better matched for a round where the points could prove decisive. In front of each contestant are 2 triangles, each made up of different shaped pieces. Their task is to add these 2 triangles together to make one larger, similar triangle. Are you all ready, contestants? The test starts now. Well, the first task for the finalists is to work out what picture the large triangle they're trying to build will display. And with the shape of those green parts, along with the red, I'm sure they'll quickly deduce that it's the Krypton K symbol. The next step is to study the various different shaped pieces and find the ones that naturally dovetail. Duncan Heriot, who's won the last 2 rounds and would like to make it a hat-trick here, I'm sure. And by the way, if you think the test is hard enough as it is, there is an added complication for the finalists. The K symbol will appear on both faces of the finished triangle, so they don't initially know which way round each piece should be, towards them or us. And it's taking shape for Duncan here. He's going well. He's fitting the base in, and also for James. And we strongly anticipated this round would have a very close finish indeed with the proven ability of these 4, and that's just what's happening. Bhupendra, a mathematician whose brain will be working overtime here because this test is all based on a mathematical formula. Now has Duncan won this? Indeed he has. The last piece slots in, 10 points, and he's thrilled about that. Katie struggling a little, plenty more to do. But James looks like claiming second place. He has done it, has he? Will that go in? It will. And 6 very valuable points to James Doyle. Well done. And just a couple of seconds behind him is Bhupendra, third place, 4 points. Fascinating outcome there, because the only contestant not to win the intelligence test in the group finals won this time in the grand final. And that's going to make interesting reading as we go now to the scoreboard with just 1 round to go. And look at that, so very close. 2 people in second place on 32 points, James and Bhupendra. But the new leader with the Krypton Factor of 34, the school teacher from Worthing, West Sussex, Duncan Heriot. And so we go into the 6th and final round, just moments away from knowing who will be crowned United Kingdom Superperson of 1990. And it couldn't be closer than it is now. Perfect for the grand final. Coming up, 90 seconds of rapid-fire general knowledge questions to be answered on the buzzer. 2 points for a correct answer, but 2 points deducted for a wrong answer. Ready on those buzzers, contestants? For this final round of the 1990 Krypton Factor series, the clock starts now. Which percussion instrument consists of a pair of bronze circular plates that are clashed? James.
Cymbals.
Correct. The symbol for which element is AU? Bhupendra.
Silver.
No, gold. Who won her 3rd Commonwealth Games gold medal in the women's javelin in 1990? Duncan.
Fatima Whitbread.
No, Tessa Sanderson. The Sandinistas come from which Central American? Duncan.
Nicaragua.
Correct. By what name was American showman William Frederick Cody famous in the... Duncan.
Buffalo Bill.
Correct. Which Swedish term is used for a buffet meal with open sandwiches? Duncan.
Smorgasbord.
Correct. In February 1990, who joined the board of Barclays Bank after leaving the cabinet? James.
Leon Britton.
No, Nigel Lawson. Johannes Kepler compiled a set of laws on the motion of... James.
Planets.
Correct. Which Englishman composed the Planet Suite and... James.
Holst.
Correct. Schleswig-Holstein in West Germany borders which? James.
Denmark.
Correct. The den of which British mammal is called a holt or a lodge? Duncan.
An otter.
Correct. As Ottawa is to Canada, so is which city to Morocco in North Africa? Duncan.
Rabat.
Correct. What's the alternative title for the Arabian Nights stories told by Scheherazade? Bhupendra.
Ali Baba.
No, 1001 Nights. The Symphony of 1000 and the Resurrection Symphony were the work of which Austrian? Katie.
Haydn.
No, Mahler. In which city are the Marlow Theatre and the cathedral where in 1170 Thomas Becket was murdered? Katie.
Canterbury.
Correct. What does a cantor lead in a synagogue or church? And that's it, the end of the round and the end of the contest, and the winner tonight in United Kingdom's Superperson of 1990 with a Krypton Factor of 42, the school teacher from Worthing, Duncan Heriot. Fantastic finish, marvellous performance, congratulations. I must say, in all the years of the Krypton Factor, I have never seen such an emotional reaction from a winner as you gave there. Did you not know you'd won?
No, I thought it was another dead heat.
That's right, you were in a tiebreaker in your heat and again in a different way in your group final.
That's right.
So what was your reaction when you heard your name?
Absolutely speechless, or in the words of Beck Gilroy, absolutely gobsmacked.
Well, it was a marvellous performance, and congratulations. And now to present the Krypton Factor trophy to our new United Kingdom superperson, a man who knows all about winning and being the best. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome the former British, European and world featherweight boxing champion, Barry McGuigan. Welcome, Barry. Good to have you here. Now, I know you're sitting watching this programme tonight. What did you make of this big fella?
Well, all the champions finished strong, and he finished very strong. He won the last 4 rounds, and he finished like a champion. Done a brilliant job, and congratulations, well done. Fabulous.
Can I now ask you, Barry, to make the presentation to Duncan Heriot, our new United Kingdom superperson?
Duncan, well done.
Thanks very
Fabulous,
much.
mate. Absolutely great. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, well done. And that provides a fitting end to the 14th series of the Krypton Factor. I would like to thank Barry McGuigan, for joining us tonight to present the trophy, and a very special thank you, of course, to you for watching. And now, as I invite our three gallant runners-up to join us, let us all congratulate one more time the Krypton Factor champion and United Kingdom superperson of 1990, Duncan Heriot.
Dog the Bounty Hunter's with us right after this break, kicking down doors and dragging reluctant fugitives off to jail. Ah, love it.